Ladies and gentlemen, I know now that since the match between me and King Sam is back on, I shouldn't be here tonight. But since it is the last fight night of the series, I wanted to let you know that the last bit of news before the big pre-show, and of course Insomnia itself. Firstly, I have some more pre-show matches to confirm for you all. As you know, we already have the Wolfpack taking on all of the Mayhem champions as well as the Fatal 4-Way between all 4 of the world title contenders. But that's not all that we have in store for you. One of the matches we have in store is Big Willie's Open Challenge, which will be issued, but since we have joined brands together, the title opportunity will be given to anybody on the Mayhem roster. But even if they win that match, the Open Invitational at Insomnia will still continue, as we all have all the stars confirmed for that match already, so it's too late to cancel it now. Also, we will be having a women's champions teaming together to take on their challengers for Insomnia in a Tornado tag team match. Any other matches we will find out in the day, and therefore enough of this useless crap. I told you last week I wanted him fired, and you completely dodged me and ran away. I want Jacobs gone. He is ruining my career and I won't stand for it. If you don't do it, I am leaving WIW. I won't stay in a company that shows its top stars this level of disrespect. And once I leave, I will pursue legal action and sue you and Jacobs for defamation and break you for every penny that you've got. Having him here will cause you more problems than solving it. So man up and start doing the right thing. You want to leave? Fine. You think I care? Where one person leaves, another 100 people are waiting to take their place. But now you're threatening me and my work directly, and that affects me and my reputation. So, to avoid all these problems, here's what I'm going to do. And this is my only offer. At Insomnia, I'm putting you in a match with Darren Jacobs. If you win, I'll fire him. And that's all you're getting. So why don't you prove you're a top star and deal with your own mess? Fine. Like he's a threat to me anyway. I'll do it. But this ain't over, you know. I hope King Sam knocks your lights out or chokes you to death. Because you bloody well deserve it. But mark my words, if he doesn't put you down, then rest assured I will be there to finish the job. You are the reason for all of this, you know. And I am telling you now that karma comes back around. So you better start treating me with some respect, or I'll knock the respect into you. Yeah. Join the queue, buddy.
Shut up and sit down.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Darren Jacobs, and I'm not gonna lie, I did not like that one bit. I'd been told literally just a moment ago, not even being spoken to directly, that I have to defend my job in a match at Insomnia. Are you kidding me, ladies and gentlemen? Well, it looks like it is going to be a stacked Insomnia. I'm coming out of retirement from my days back in the UFC to have this match with Cashman, but you know what? He said he was looking for a fight. I said I'd take him on in a fight. So let's freaking do it. My job's on the line, so I guess I'll have no choice. But I need to concentrate tonight on the show, as this is, of course, the final fight night before Insomnia pay-per-view. And of course, the go-home show will bring Mayhem and Fight Night together. The general manager announced some more matches for that earlier on, and it's going to be a very good card for this joint go-home show. What a show it's going to be. But tonight we are kicking things off with a #1 contenders match for the Cruiserweight Championship. That's right, even though Alex Wilson unofficially challenged for the Cruiserweight Championship by trying to ambush Jake Griffiths last week, but the master of the ambush, I guess, the Borough Jake Griffiths had the answer. But someone else has been calling him out in the comments as well. That is right, it's this man, the ultimate PJ McNair, desperate for his rematch against this man. He wants another shot. The question is, can he capture that final opportunity, that one last shot? Can he get it? For the ultimate PJ McNair, since becoming the ultimate PJ McNair, he has lost one match and one match only, and that is to Jake Griffiths. If he can continue that trend tonight, we will be looking at, once again, a rematch between Jake Griffiths and the ultimate PJ McNair. But his opponent tonight is someone who's already made his claim, and it's a very high claim as well from this man, the former World Heavyweight Champion, Alex Wilson, who again tried to ambush Jake Griffiths, was very unsuccessful, but he tried to ambush him, and exactly that happened. So Alex Wilson here tonight in a #1 contenders match for the Cruiserweight Championship, and a few weeks ago this man was World Heavyweight Champion, and now after losing that he's now stepping down. Oh, you could say it's a step down. He is going to the Cruiserweight Championship at least. I wouldn't call it a step down because the Cruiserweight Championship has been fantastic, and it's been great to see, and under the reign of Jake Griffiths, the two-time Cruiserweight Champion, it's been one hell of a spectacle in the Cruiserweight division. But now Alex Wilson, the eligible Cruiserweight himself, ready to step up and take his prize. He didn't want to leave Insomnia without anything. Of course, he loses this, he's the only Wolfpack member that will not be at Insomnia. So he's got to do this not only for himself, but he's got to do it for the rest of his team, and a Northern Lights suplex to get things going. And of course, King Sam will not be competing for a championship, although I'm sure he'd consider this win one of his highest achievements as a competitor. Massive super kick to the jaw there by Alex Wilson, and then spins him back around for a Russian leg sweep. As, yeah, King Sam will be taking on Blake Austin. No holds barred. Anything will go in that match. It's going to be one hell of a contest. Two people who have hated each other and have been waiting for this match for long over 2 years. And these two will finally collide in the ring. But now we will find out who will be taking on Jake Griffiths. And we found out that Jake Griffiths would be going to Insomnia. Beautiful, full Nelson suplex straight into the cover. And PJ McNair kicks out with ease. And, yeah, we found out, of course, that Alex Wilson was interested, and now tonight we'll see if he can complete all that. But he is going up against the ultimate PJ McNair, who has yet to lose a fight on Friday Fight Night. But there is a first time for everything, of course. And let's see if he can do it here tonight. Well countered there by PJ McNair, ripped that well. And now McNair looking to fly with a beautiful drop kick. Perfect timing on the drop kick. Fantastic execution. And for the ultimate PJ McNair, the same problems as always. It gets to the title picture and he just can't do it. He just hasn't been able to capture a championship. Oh, and a face buster! Just like McNair would do to him. And he couldn't do it. And I'm sure McNair will be lining up for one of those of his own. But Alex Wilson getting the first blow. And Alex Wilson's off to a strong start here. Doesn't want to waste any time in his hunt for the Cruiserweight Championship. And these three been battling. Well, these two, sorry, have been battling here. Early on, it's Alex Wilson in quite a lot of control, but we've seen McNair take a lot of punishment in the past, and I'm sure he's not going to stop now. Into a submission hold, trying to wrap this one up early here, quite literally, as he rolls through on the submission. Oh, but look at that, well escaped with ease there, is McNair, and gets up. Yeah, for the ultimate PJ McNair, it's been an up and down season, of course, since become the ultimate one, only losing one contest. And that, of course, was the Cruiserweight Championship. And he was hoping that that ultimate persona was going to help drag him to title success. And unfortunately, on his first attempt, he just couldn't do it. But for McNair, you know he's going to try and bounce back, and that's exactly what he's trying to do here. He's off to a bad start, but now hyping himself up again. But remember, the Ultimate One is still early days. He's only been around for about 2 months, the Ultimate PJ McNair, that is. So I'm sure in season number 2, we'll be seeing him having a lot more success. Detonation kick. But tonight, he has one last shot, one last opportunity for the Cruiserweight Championship. Can he capture it against Alex Wilson, who has had a fantastic year despite his rough start by losing the Road to Glory tournament and the runner-up match to get him a contract? He found his way into the tournament. He found his way into WIW after all. Look at that beautiful move there by Alex Wilson. And now Wilson might fly. Oh, no. Decides against it. Being smart there. Doesn't want to overexpose himself. Remember, Insomnia just a few weeks... in Universe Mode time, a week away. And for them, it would be the next Sunday. Oh, look at this. Oh, McNair gets caught taunting and made to pay with a Hurricane Rana. And straight into the cover goes Alex Wilson off that Hurricane Rana. Only gets the 2 count. Wilson still in control, but McNair starting to provide a fight back. These two trying to get the job done. Well caught in the fist there. Lifting him up into a powerbomb. Then Alex Wilson of the Wolfpack, the only other member other than King Sam to capture a World Championship, looking to cement his place in the Cruiserweight Championship picture. Big slam down, just like McNair. And McNair hit with his own move. Has he got the strength to kick out? No, he doesn't. Alex Wilson takes this one in a match that he completely dominated from start to finish. And I guess that's just what you've got to do to take down McNair. You just got to flood him with offense. That's exactly what Jake Griffiths did, and it kept him down. And that's exactly what happened here. No real defensive display from the Ultimate One. And unfortunately for him, that's his first Fight Night loss of the series. And that's probably going to be him done for season number 1. The Ultimate PJ McNair put up a fight, but in the end, Alex Wilson, the first World Heavyweight, the World Heavyweight Champion, has done the job. But now look at this from behind. Oh, taken out, flattened by Jake Griffiths. And we knew he'd had something to say about this, but Alex Wilson not backing down from him here. Well sidestepped though by Jake Griffiths there to avoid him in the corner. And these two, the 2 men that will be facing for the Cruiserweight Championship at Insomnia, colliding in the ring right now. And remember, these two will collide again, of course, in the 4v4 tag match at the Go Home show. So these two will be seeing a lot of each other for the next 2 weeks. But Jake Griffiths, as usual, giving a message to his number 1 contender. He has no intention of dropping that championship at Insomnia. And Alex Wilson might just become his latest victim. He doesn't care that he was a Cruiserweight champion, that he was a world champion in the past. Tonight, Alex Wilson trying to send the message back. Look at this. Looking for the bitter end to Jake Griffiths, slamming him down on the apron. Well, Jake Griffiths fails his ambush this week, just like last week. Alex Wilson failed his ambush on when the Wolfpack invaded Mayhem. Well, it looks like this is going to be an even contest, but who's going to take it? Will Alex Wilson add another trophy to the cabinet by becoming World Champion, Tag Champion, and Cruiserweight Champion? Or will Jake Griffiths continue to cement what's been a fantastic year for the Year of the Borough, and continue to be the Cruiserweight Champion post-Insomnia? I guess we'll have to find out, but let's move on down the rest of the card. Well, there we have it. Jake Griffiths will be facing for the Cruiserweight Championship against Alex Wilson. It's going to be one hell of a contest, that one at Insomnia. 2 Goliaths going at it. But speaking of Goliaths, here comes, for what could be his last time on Friday Fight Night, John Cutter, who of course was fired from WIW due to his recent actions with Dino D. Those two have been battling for weeks now. For I don't even know why. It started off just because John Cutter lost to Dino D. And I guess somewhere in that psychotic mind of his, he just absolutely snapped. And he spent the next 2 months pretty much making Dino D's life a living hell, injuring him, making him unable to compete, trying to stop him at every hurdle we can think of. And that's exactly what John Cutter has done. And now John Cutter, after being fired, has been given a lifeline. Dino D has brought him back for one last match at Insomnia, but as far as we're aware, that will be his final match as a WIW superstar, but the general manager, of course, said he could resume his contract until then, and so Dino D will, of course, Dino D will actually be in tonight's main event, so John Cutter doesn't have to worry about any intervention tonight. He can just, I guess, enjoy his final match as a Fight Night competitor. And the person he'll be taking on is someone who's had a nice little bit of form as of late to close season number 1, but it's going to be probably his final encounter for season number 1. It is Trevor Jackson. And Jackson has been a part of some big rivalries in the past. Probably his most notable rivalry was one of his first ones is when he was teaming with the Chaos Twins against the Vikings of Destiny, of course, were a dominant force to be reckoned with at the time. And for Trevor Jackson, it's been an up and down season, hasn't had much title success, but he's had a fantastic year. He spent a little bit of time out in injury, came back, and he has been brilliant. Of course, he even managed to find himself a WIW Championship opportunity at the Lockdown pay-per-view. Unfortunately, though, he was unable to capture it. But here we go, Dino D and Trevor Jackson, what could be for both of them their final time. Look at this! Damn, military press slam already. He loves that military press. John Cutter is such a lethal fighter, so strong, so capable. Trevor Jackson, though, has dealt with the big man before. Of course, last month actually beating Big Willie, if I remember correctly. So there's no reason at all why he couldn't walk out the winner here tonight against John Cutter. And of course, John Cutter and Dino D will be facing off at Insomnia in what's going to be one hell of a match. No disqualification. It's going to be completely anything goes between those two bitter enemies. And they hate each other with a passion now. Dino D is sick to death of John Cutter trying to ruin his WIW career. The general manager finally intervened and John Cutter was suspended and was sent back to the Illinois Correctional, of course, which he was a full-time inmate of before being released on a kind of community service deal that he struck with WIW, just like he did with WWE. John Cutter trying to stay in control here, but right now, having to pull out the big moves here just to keep Trevor Jackson down. Trevor Jackson, such a fighting spirit in him, and it really is a shame that he just didn't capture any title success this year. But of course, the champions on Fight Night have been so dominant, it's really hard to get your hands on some silverware. I mean, Big Willie is just a couple months shy of being a television champion for nearly a year. And so there's that. The tag team championships have been pretty much locked down for a year. Only lost for about 5 days by the Wolfpack. And then, of course, there's only been 3 world champions the entire year. And that is Max Danger, Alex Wilson, and King Sam. Oh, wait, no, 4, sorry. And Original Brad at the very beginning. Only 4 world champions. And, of course, they've all had very, very good reigns. The only 2 without a well, King Sam, of course, was the longest reigning champion of the bunch, and he had about 4 or 5 months solid as World Heavyweight Champion. Then Original Brad only had a month, unfortunately. Alex Wilson only having a month as well, but Max Danger having about 3 or 4 months of his own as well. So, yes, there were 2 1-month reigns, but they've been pretty long reigns as well. Pretty long reigns as well for Max Danger and Alex Wilson. They've dominated the title picture for most of the year. And that, of course, is after Max Danger became the World Heavyweight Champion at Hellfire after King Sam's injuries received in his match with Aaron Albright. Trevor Jackson really bringing the fight to him, but like I say, it's been difficult for him. Maybe next season he could do something different to try and get himself that final push to the title picture that he needs. Maybe he could try his best to go for something. Maybe he could ask for a brand swap, because of course we'll be doing another shake-up very, very soon at the beginning of season number 2, in fact. So maybe sending him over to Mayhem will be fine, because I mean Mayhem, although it does have its dominant champions, like Ace Mason Foster right now, and of course also like the League of Gods, who are, I guess, are the longest reigning people. But other than that, they haven't exactly had massive reigns over on the red and black brand. So maybe that would be a better fit for Trevor Jackson. We'll have to wait and see. But right now, under heavy fire from John Cutter. And for such a big and powerful man, so agile and capable here. Oh dear. Oh, good look at that. Was going for the military press. Well countered, though, by Trevor Jackson. Trevor Jackson using his natural speed and agility advantage to try and stay in control of John Cutter. Rope break there prevents that. Of course, John Cutter isn't going to want to waste too much energy. want to preserve everything that he has for the pay-per-view. As for Trevor Jackson, this probably is his last fight of the series, so he doesn't want to waste it. And John Cutter, another man who has really had a lot of success this year since becoming single star, but he just didn't capture the television championship, which was the only prize that he ever set his sights on. But even then, he was always distracted because he enjoys hurting people way too much. But right now, it's him who's going to feel the pain. Knee strike by Trevor Jackson. And that could easily be enough. Has that done enough to knock out John Cutter? No, it hasn't. Last second kick out, and I thought it did there. Last second, and I mean last second kick out by John Cutter. Huge move there, but it could be even worse now. Powerbomb, and look at the force behind it. Playing to the crowd. The man who has been going around ruining careers, destroying people, and now adding Trevor Jackson to the list with a choke slam. And Trevor Jackson in trouble now. Military press and a gut buster. So many ways he can hurt you from that military press position. And now look at this. What's he doing here? Oh, just tossing him around. And all of a sudden, he's got a second win in this match. Straight into the cover. It might not be enough for Jackson to get there, but he does. Jackson back is somehow fighting on here, but right now John Cutter is angry. And this is the problem with John Cutter. He enjoys hurting people way too much. He gets way too much enjoyment out of it. It's hard to believe that at the beginning of season number 1 and in the trial era, he was part of one of the most loved tag teams in the whole of the company, in Team Brendan. And when he teamed with El Murica since then has never really recovered properly from the loss of his friend and teammate John Cutter, who turned his back on him after believing that they were never going to get the job done together. Oh, what a catch. Look at that. Catches the fist. And looking Trevor Jackson in trouble now. Oh, well countered by Jackson. It turns it into almost an exploder in the corner. Very nicely done. Now trying to take advantage. Gets behind. Looking for the German and gets him. And this is what I'm talking about. The fighting spirit of Trevor Jackson. Just refuses to give in. Never goes down without a fight. Massive triple German suplex. And he's already got a near full to his name. He might be able to score the winner here against Trevor Jackson. Jackson's in trouble. Is this enough to get the job done? Jackson kicks out at 2. Cutter kicks out at 2, excuse me. And now looking for the knee strike. One more time. This will surely take the big man out of commission. Knee strike on John Cutter. And John Cutter is... Oh my God, what? Well, it's been a while since John Cutter's been in the ring, but clearly has still not lost his touch. He's somehow still standing, and this has been the biggest problem with John Cutter. So difficult to take down. Oh dear, Trevor Jackson ran right into that one. Military press, spine buster. John Cutter laying him down right there with the military press, and Jackson, after giving everything he has into this match, it still might not even be enough. John Cutter has found a way to kick out of everything he brings. And now look at this military press. Power slam by John Cutter. Good night. Sleep tight, Trevor Jackson. John Cutter lays him out flat. Such a dominant man. So powerful. And it's a wonder how he ended up being in the position of this losing streak that he had to Dino D. But Dino D, as we know, is such an incredible competitor, and we'll see him again in the main event, Dino D, tonight in his huge final battle of Friday Fight Night. What a match, though. Jackson gave everything he had into that match to try and keep John Cutter down, but as everybody keeps finding out, there is no way to keep John Cutter down. So powerful, so strong. And I tell you what, Dino D has got a very angry John Cutter heading his way at Insomnia. But on John Cutter's final match, will he finally be able to overthrow Dino D and get rid of him for good? Or will Dino D finally free himself from John Cutter and send him back to prison with an L? Let's move on down the rest of the card. Next up tonight, some women's action following that dominant victory from John Cutter, no less. Of course, I've fully come to expect that from him. But we are now coming out for the presence of the Fight Night Women's Champion, who once again coming out in the cape and crown. It is Laura Stables, the Fight Night Women's Champion, a two-time Fight Night Women's Champion, the only Fight Night Women's Champion in history to win it twice. Of course, there's only two people who've actually ever held it. The other was Shannon Austin, who only managed to hold it for a month before Laura Stables captured it back. Well, Laura Stables, of course, has a date with Violet at Insomnia for the Fight Night Women's Championship. But the question is, which side of Laura Stables is going to make her presence known at Insomnia in one of the most important matches of her career so far against Violet? Who will come out? Will the Queen, Laura Stables, I guess, come out? Or will the dark side of her, that she just likes to call Stables, come out? I don't know, but next up, it is Wildcat, excuse me, stepping up to face her tonight. She hasn't had the greatest of season number 1's Wildcat. She's shown herself at times, but she really hasn't had enough momentum or wins to get herself a shot at the Fight Night Women's Champion. Tonight she gets a shot at her in one-on-one action, but unfortunately for her, it's not going to be quite the championship ending that she would have liked, I'm sure, to end season number 1. But for Wildcat, she'll be hoping for better things in season number 2. But what a way to close off season number 1 it would be by beating Laura Stables. Well, let's see how she does. Bell rings and away we go. And look at Laura Stables just running out the gate, not wasting any time here. For Wildcat, it's been a rough year, and the last thing she needs is some kind of dominant offense like this coming out from Stables. And it doesn't matter what face of Stables she gets, she's such a dominant fighter. She's just lucky that she's got the light side of her out that isn't so aggressive, so vicious. But even still, she's coming out the gate strong and showing no mercy to Wildcat. Oh, look to toss it to the outside there, decided against it. Wildcat trying to find her way back into this one if she can. Backbreaker to the Fight Night Women's Champion. Trying to find some life in this match, but Laura Stables didn't come out to mess around here tonight. She came looking for a fight. And right now, Wildcat isn't bringing much of a fight back to her. Massive super kick there. And now, picking her straight back up to her feet. Neck breaker. Big neck breaker there by Stables. Stables in complete control. Wildcat under very heavy fire here. And she needs to be careful that this doesn't wrap up quicker than she would like. Stables in complete control and now playing to the crowd. The crowd seem to be very into this one because Stables has come out very strong. She isn't wasting any time here tonight. And now picking her up. Or maybe was looking for end of days. Decided that she couldn't get it. And Wildcat finds a counter. Now can Wildcat produce something to start a fight back in this one? She's under heavy fire. So now needs to start mounting some offense. There's an arm breaker by Wildcat. And for Wildcat, it's been a rough season number 1. And hopefully she can cap it off with a win here tonight. That'll help give Violet some momentum, that's for sure. Violet, of course, taking on Laura Stables for the Fight Night Women's Championship at Insomnia. The Battle Royal winner will step up to try and claim her prize. And I'm sure a lot of people are not thinking that Violet's going to do much in that. I'm sure that's how people are seeing it, but in my eyes, I don't think that's the case. Violet's had a great last couple of months since winning the Battle Royal, and I think she really has shown that she is ready and capable of walking out the Fight Night Women's Champion at Insomnia. But it's just because Laura Stables has been so dominant, everybody doubts what the result's going to be. Everybody only sees this going one way in their opinions, and they're of course entitled to that opinion. It's a very safe bet to bet on the Fight Night Women's Champion Laura Stables, but of course it doesn't mean it's the guaranteed bet. Referee decided he was going to walk all the way around to come make that cover, and as a result only gets a 1. For Laura Stables, she'd love to close off season number 1, still the Fight Night Women's Champion, and sending a message to her challenger here as a, look at this, submission hold is locked in, and this helped picked up a win last time out. Is that going to be enough to get the job done here tonight? Wildcat has already taken heavy offense, she might not have anything left. Oh, wait a minute, she does fight out though, and into a cover. She might try and steal one here on the Fight Night Women's Champion. 2 count. And now Stables trying to stay on top. But Wildcat trying to find something, anything, just to slow the champ down. And now might be able to do so, looking for a neck breaker. Gets it! Down goes Stables. Now what can she do? Wildcat needs something here. She's not going for the cover, is she? Nope. She's grabbing the legs here, just dragging her to the middle of the ring. What's she thinking? Oh, I see what she's going for here. She rolls through perfectly. Air raid siren, neck breaker to the Fight Night Women's Champion. And straight into the cover she goes. Is that going to be enough to get the job done here against Stables? 2 count for Wildcat. Wildcat showing some life in this match. I didn't think she would after the slow start that she had, but she is fighting back. She isn't taking things lightly here. Escaping the corner there. Stables, massive strike, and right in to the end of days. And Laura Stables knocks off Wildcat. No, wait, no, she doesn't. I spoke too soon. Oh, but look at this. Stables wants to make sure now. Is trying to get it done again. Second, end of days. And if the first one didn't do it, the second one did. Wildcat is out cold. Another big win for Laura Stables, and she continues to build momentum coming into the pay-per-view, where she will defend against the Battle Royal winner Violet. But she can hold her title up high tonight. She walks out the winner. Very nicely done by Laura Stables. Oh, but look who's here. Letting her know, reminding her that the challenge is there and she's not ready for it. But isn't she ready for it? We'll have to find out, because she proved that she was ready for it here tonight. But Laura Stables has proven it. But the question is, so many questions for this one. Will Violet finally be able to catch her first championship in her first championship one-on-one match against Laura Stables at Insomnia? Or will Laura Stables, regardless of what face she comes out, prove to continue her dominance as she has done all year as the Fight Night Women's Champion? Let's move on down the rest of the card. And now, for the final time in season number 1, the television championship will be on the line here on Friday Fight Night. That's right, Big Willie once again issues an open challenge to anyone who dares to try and take its title. Of course, it is way too late now to pull out of the Big Willie Big Invitational, so I guess whoever wins it will still have to do that matchup at Insomnia. But look who's come out to answer the call. The man who is responsible for Big Willie losing the championship in the first place. William Hale, the man who was pinned and beaten in the triple threat match, which cost Big Willie his championship and gave it to JW Cashman. Of course, Big Willie would go on to recapture it and will now be facing William Hale for it. And I'm sure that both of these men have been looking forward to this one. William Hale had so much momentum, was so confident going into that match, but when it came to the night, he just couldn't find anything to really get the job done. But William Hale has one final shot here tonight for season number 1. And I feel like I've said that a lot here tonight, but it is important to stress that, of course, not everybody makes it to Insomnia. And for William Hale, this could be his very last chance. Unless, of course, he does decide to enter in the Nathan Logue Memorial Battle Royal, which we already have 7 people confirmed. If you haven't seen who they are, go and have a look on Twitter. They have been confirmed for you. But we've got a nice blend of people entering that matchup, that is for sure. But the horns of war sound again for the television champion, Big Willie the Scotsman, making his way down to the ring for his final defense here on Friday Fight Night. And as we found out earlier on tonight at the beginning of the show, that Big Willie will be doing an open challenge at the joint show with Mayhem and Fight Night for the Go Home show, and he will be issuing an open challenge to anybody on the Monday Night Mayhem brand. So someone on Mayhem will get a shot at the television championship, and that'll be the first person to do that. Of course, William Hale was from Mayhem originally, now move over to Fight Night brand as part of the Mind Games swaps. And now Big Willie defending his championship against the man who is responsible for the loss of it. Television championship back on the line. Remember, the Battle Royal is going, or not Battle Royal, it could be a Battle Royal, could be a triple threat, whatever match is planned for this pay-per-view. The Big Willie Big Invitational will go ahead, and the challenger William Hale could be champion walking into it. Whether it would be called the Big Willie Big Invitational or not, I don't know, but he would definitely be the champion walking into it and will have to defend against anybody who wishes to come out and face him. And I'm sure Big Willie would be in that match for his rematch clause as well, but the champion has no intention of losing that match here tonight. This championship is on the line, and we all know how dominant he can be. Last time these two faced, I'm pretty sure Big Willie actually did come out on top. But for William Hale, now would be an amazing time to dethrone the champion in what would be one of the biggest plot twists in all of WIW. Big Willie, weeks before Insomnia, just about a week or a show or 2 shows away from Insomnia, loses the television championship. The odds are definitely stacked against William Hale here tonight, but can he overcome the odds and claim the television championship, go into Insomnia as the television champion and become a champion for the first time in his career? We'll find out here tonight. Bell rings and away we go. Look at William Hale straight up the gate here. Gonna rush the big man. That's what you gotta do against Big Willie. And that's exactly what he's trying to do. Straight out the gate, just trying to bombard him with offense. Try and stop the big man from gaining early momentum. William Hale, one of the best technical fighters we have in this company. The definition of wear and tear. He likes to wear you down with moves like this. Just wears you down, makes it easier for him to just land that vicious knockout knee to wrap it up and get the job done. Playing to the crowd here, but the crowd ain't having any of it. Big Willie, one of the biggest names of fan favorites for WIW, and you got to imagine he's got to be on the list for the nominees for the Superstar of the Year. Whether or not he actually will be or not, I don't know, but you can't say that he hasn't been one of, if not the top star of WIW. He's been television champion for long over 200 days and counting. He has had his 2nd reign. He's had the most reigns as television champion, longest reign of any television champion. He's also, of course, held it in both singles reign and in combined reigns. The longest champion of all time of any title in WIW. Most title defenses in history. There's no arguing that Big Willie has been one of the stars of the year, if not the star of the year. But I guess you guys will get to vote for that. Look at that awkward landing there, Big Willie. Almost had his neck broken there on that landing. Very nicely done. William Hale is bringing a great fight to the Giant here tonight. And oh, look at that, just a cheap shot. That's what I'm saying about William Hale. So smart, so strategical. He's a wise fighter, knows what to do just to get the job done and wear him down. Now going for a submission hold in the middle of the ring. Last chancery applied. Big Willie in a lot of trouble here. Not really any room for the big man to go. And now look at this. Breaking the hold. Very well done there by Big Willie. And Willie's off to a slow start here. The much faster and agile William Hale. But I'm sure Big Willie is eager to get some big strikes in. That's exactly what he's doing here. Some big strikes from the big man. And into the corner he goes. Oh, God. William Hale in a lot of trouble here from this top position. Big Willie could be thinking superplex. This superplex that has broken the ring in the past. Now striking down on William Hale. And Big Willie's overwhelming dominant power coming through here. The Scotsman, who we can't wait to see who answers the call at Insomnia. I can only imagine that it's going to be some of the biggest names in WIW answering the call. Maybe the likes of Aaron Albright, of course, who doesn't have a match currently at Insomnia after losing in the WIW Championship Tournament. Maybe Rage, who knows? Maybe even someone like Tyson Jackson could answer the call. I don't know, but I'm assuming it's going to be some of the biggest names in WIW. Massive running knee by the big man. And now looking to wrap this one up to secure his championship, retaining here tonight. Looking for the running powerbomb. And after a slow start, William Hale is flattened by the running powerbomb. And Big Willie retains with ease. Well, I say with ease. William Hale actually dominated the early stages of that match. But then when Big Willie gets going, he's such a hard man to stop. And once again, retaining the television championship here tonight. Look at this, William Hale. William Hale applauding the big man for the win, and Big Willie accepting it gracefully. Oh, God, no. And I guess we should have seen that coming from William Hale, of all people. Never has there been a bigger sore loser than William Hale. But Hale closes off season number 1 in quite an unholy fashion. William Hale, unfortunately for him, that's going to wrap up his season number 1. Hopefully he can come back stronger in season number 2, but I don't think that many fans are going to be too eager to see success from William Hale. But I can't wait to see the Big Willie Open Challenge at Insomnia, and of course again at Mayhem. Will Big Willie end season number 1 as television champion? We'll have to find out, but it's time to move on down the rest of the card. Main event of the evening then, and I'm sure it's not going to surprise many people to see the Wolfpack leader King Sam closing off tonight's show completely alone though, as he goes one-on-one with Dino D. No Wolfpack by his side, no Blake Austin on Dino's side, and no John Cutter, of course. He's already been in action tonight, so the chances of seeing him here are going to be very minimal. So we got ourselves a clean one-on-one encounter. Dino D, who has had an up-and-down year, but he's been so many people have gotten his way, has really slowed down his progress here in WIW against this man, the former two-time World Heavyweight WIW champion, and of course the World Heavyweight champion here on the Fight Night brand, the longest reigning World Heavyweight champion, King Sam, who of course now has finally got his way after having to invade Mayhem and ruin everything on the final Mayhem show. King Sam finally gets his wish, and he will be facing Blake Austin in a no-holds-barred match at Insomnia in what is going to be truly a fantastic spectacle for the ages. But tonight, he knows he ain't got an easy task. He's been on a great roll since coming back, King Sam, but he knows that Dino D brings a huge fight to the table. Many people on social media have recognized him as one of the biggest stars of the year, and I'm sure he would have been even bigger had he not been held back by the likes of John Cutter and by the likes of William Hale and by the likes of many people. This man has been caught in so many feuds because he's been so brilliant. Since coming to Fight Night, he has been a top star, and every time it looks like he's about to get his hands on some gold, he just can't seem to get there because there's someone trying to stop him from getting there. Injury has really slowed down his final ending to the year, but for Dino D, he really is a top star, and he's recognized as a top star by most of the roster. And now tonight gets to prove that here before his match with John Cutter at Insomnia. The card is really heating up for Insomnia, and these two probably going to be a part of some of the best matches in it. But the bell rings, and away we go for what's going to be truly a fantastic main event. Oh, well caught there at the clothesline there by King Sam. And into a German. King Sam has had such a great year, as has Dino D. But for King Sam, of course, and Dino D, actually, they've both been played by injury. And for both of them, it's been at the hands of their rivals. The men that they will be facing at Insomnia. Two men, very similar. And these two right now colliding in a battle that I'm sure is not going to fail to disappoint the crowd. Not approving of the start from Dino D right now, as King Sam takes him down with a leg sweep and twisting away on the leg. And King Sam and Blake Austin will collide as Dino D and John Cutter will collide. Two non-title matches to go at Insomnia, but that doesn't mean that we are in for any less than a spectacular night of action from either of them. You know that they're all going to give everything. Oh, no, 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 no. No, what's he doing out here? He's already had a match. What does he even want to do out here? He must be shattered after that match with Jackson. Oh, no, it was a bait. It was a bait. King Sam now going to take advantage. And what's King Sam thinking here? King Sam taking advantage. John Cutter just trying to get into Dino D's head before Insomnia. And look at this, a diving DDT through the ropes. King Sam laying him out flat there with the DDT. And now the referee finally making the count. And, oh, drops him down onto the apron. Well, we knew this would be a great clash between the two, but now it's been interrupted, and Dino D loses the control that he was trying to establish there against King Sam. And now King Sam can take control once again, but Dino D's not going to let it go down that easy. Dino D's a true fighter, a true trooper, and does not let things go down easy. But King Sam has only lost one fight since his return to injury, and that was against Peter Bolton at the Final Countdown pay-per-view. A truly great contest, but it was only one winner in the end. And now King Sam, what's he thinking here from the top rope? Has him in a good position here. What's he thinking? Oh, God. Is he looking for a superplex to the outside? Oh, wait, what's Sam thinking here? Look at King Sam. Oh, I know what this is. Landslide. King Sam with a landslide from the top rope. We haven't seen him do a landslide in months. and it almost put Dino D away. King Sam not only bringing back the landslide, but an avalanche landslide to Dino D. Well, we knew this was going to be a fantastic spectacle, but King Sam putting on a show for the audience. Now looking for the running knee. Dino D in a lot of trouble. This distraction has really cost him, but not going to lose his concentration. Sidesteps the knee. Now can Dino D capitalize? Looking for the Uranagi slam. Gets him down with the Uranagi. Very nicely done by Dino D with the Uranagi. Now trying to fight his way back there after dodging the knee. He's taken that massive avalanche landslide, and still he fights on here. And now Dino D, Irish whip to the ropes. What can he do? Oh, ducks it. And look at Dino D here, toying with King Sam. Oh, he did it a bit too much there. King Sam finally catches himself on the ropes. Oh, Sam was lining up for a cutter there, but Dino D didn't want it. Dino D lifted him up in the air. Look how high he went, but Dino D couldn't get him down with any emphasis. Into the cover here, off the full Nelson suplex. Oh, and almost got him. 2.5 count there. Dino D has taken some huge hits, and he can't afford to take any more. Dino D, oh, he's got him! Code breaker! Dino D with the code breaker! Into the cover now! Has he done enough to put away King Sam and win this match? King Sam gets a shoulder up. What a match! These two are putting on one hell of a show. And now Dino D hyping himself up following the first code breaker. Trying to get this one done. Trying to put away King Sam and give himself momentum. Coming out of this coming into this huge pay-per-view of Insomnia. Both of these men have grudge matches to do, but right now these two putting on a show for the crowd. And Dino D is going to go up high, maybe looking for a splashdown to King Sam. Oh wait, begging him to get back to his feet here. King Sam, what's Dino thinking here? Oh, look at this. Oh! Dino! Went for the diving code breaker. And I think he got just enough on it, the knees at least, to put down King Sam. But Sam kicks out. Whoa, what a match. These two putting everything they have on the line just to walk out the winner here tonight. He went for an avalanche landslide to put Dino D away. That couldn't do it. He went for a diving code breaker to put King Sam away, and that couldn't do it. These two putting on a huge main event here tonight. And this has been King Sam's point all year. He's done nothing but put on entertaining shows for people, and the general manager still treats him as if he isn't spectacular. Oh, but now look at this again. If one didn't do the trick, I think he's going for another. Dino's in trouble here. A second avalanche landslide by King Sam. Surely this will put Dino away. It's avalanche landslide again. Didn't go for the cross-face chicken wing tonight. The avalanche landslide gets it done. What a match. King Sam and Dino D put everything they had on the line to win here tonight. That was the first landslide, and I haven't seen that for quite some time from King Sam since switching to the crossface chicken wing. But Dino D put on one fight back with a Uranagi, a code breaker, and even a diving code breaker to get back in it. But in the end, King Sam was too much for him, and he still walks out the winner here tonight to close off Fight Night. Well, Dino D put everything he could think of to beat King Sam, and he couldn't walk out the winner. So what does this mean for King Sam's match with Blake Austin? Because clearly he's not willing to drop, and Blake's made it clear that he's not willing to drop either. Well, these two will collide at the pay-per-view, and we will see how they do. Will Blake Austin be able to keep control of his workers and his company by getting this job done, or will King Sam finally make Blake tap out and get revenge for everything he has done all year long? That's going to conclude the final Fight Night for season number 1. The next show, of course, will be a joint Mayhem and Fight Night show, but be sure to stay tuned because we've got more Road to Glory action coming up for you guys, hopefully tomorrow. Please don't hold me to that though. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed today's episode, comment your thoughts and feelings on tonight's show, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.